Many reasons why mixed martial arts is quickly becoming the fastest growing and most popular combat sport in the world. It allows the use of almost every martial art known to man, which also means that the possibilities for unique and flashy techniques are endless. And there might just be one particular type of technique that is more exciting than all the rest: spinning techniques.
Tell me, so we're throwing spinning shit now?
While that doesn't sound as deadly as a strike to the head, the spinning back kick definitely inflicts a greater degree of pain to its victims. Being on the wrong end of a spinning back kick can leave anyone crumbling to the floor, paralyzed in pain. For this video, we've comprised a list of insanely painful spinning back kicks from MMA fights that have landed on the ribs of fighters, and even some fighters have been unfortunate to have it land on their face. This won't include the spinning wheel kicks like Edson Barbosa's, JDS, and so on. So without further ado, this is the deadliest spinning back kicks ever seen. Number 10. Saeed Nurmagomedov. Rising Dagestani prospect Saeed Nurmagomedov continued his winning ways earlier at UFC on ESPN+2 when he put a stop to streaking Brazilian bantamweight Ricardo Ramos via first-round TKO by spinning body kick and punches. While Ramos came into this bout riding a 3-fight winning streak in the UFC, it was Nurmagomedov who looked poised to capture victory on enemy soil. After some back and forth action on the feet, Saeed quickly launched a brutal spinning back kick that dug into the body of Ramos. Number 9. Ian Butler. The Compton welterweight delivered a spinning kick to the liver of Ian Butler for a 39-second knockout in the opening fight at Bellator 192 at the Forum.
Joey Davis needs to start moving that hip. Nice spinning back kick. That hurt. This fight's over. This fight is over. Just like that.
The fight never went to the ground, where Davis figured to have an advantage over Butler. Butler paused and went down. Davis jumped on the down fighter, delivering 2 punches before the fight was called off. Number 8. Renan Barão. In the co-main event, Renan Barão retained the UFC Bantamweight Championship in an impressive fashion. Early in round 2, Barão threw a flashy spinning back kick which landed flush, and he swarmed Weiland for the finish.
Barão looking to parry those shots.
Oh my! Problem with the spinning back kick, he's hurt. He hurt him big time. He's it is all over!
Barão had no intention of the judges even getting involved, because in the second round he spun around with all his weight and launched a kick that put his heels right up against the side of Weiland's face. The spinning back kick was so powerful that it caused Eddie's whole body to fly back as the Brazilian hopped on him to secure the win. Number 7. Uriah Hall. The second round was as different as it was short, as Hall came out looking to loosen up with the striking, and after 25 seconds took to the air with a spinning back kick that landed flush on Mousasi's temple.
See how long it takes for...
Oh! Right in the face! And now 5D! Uriah Hall is going to defeat Mousasi! Got him rocked!
Seeing that the Dreamcatcher's legs were wobbled, Hall pounced with a crushing flying knee and finished the veteran with ground and pound to move his UFC record to 5-3. Number 6. Magomed Mustafayev. Magomed Mustafayev wasted little time getting the action started as he drilled Rafael Vazeev with a spinning back kick early in their lightweight opening bout.
Orthodox, they hit you with that. Massive spinning back kick from Mustafayev. Oh, that's it. Mustafayev is back.
The finishing sequence happened just over 1 minute into the fight, as Mustafayev landed a nasty spinning back kick that penetrated Vazeev's defense and planted the younger lightweight on the canvas. Mustafayev then landed some follow-up shots before the referee stepped in for the official stoppage at 1 minute 26 seconds of round 1. The bout was just the third in UFC history to end as the result of a spinning back kick. Number 5. James Moontasri. James Moontasri had a sluggish start to his UFC 193 Rousey vs. Holm prelim bout with newcomer Anton Zafir, but he finished in an impressive style. Moontasri rocked Zafir with a spinning back kick to the body, then instantly followed up with a spinning back fist to the face.
Good front kick by Zafir. Spinning and spin. Now hit him with the spinning back kick. Now that spinning back fist was it. That's it. All over. Spinning back fist.
With a gorgeous pair of spinning strikes, James Moontasri made Anton Zafir's UFC debut one he'd like to forget. Moontasri drilled Zafir with a spinning back kick to the right ribs, and when Zafir started to crumple, Moontasri put a fist on his face for good measure at UFC 193 at Etihad Stadium in Melbourne, Australia. Number 4. Jay Collier. Jay Collier survived a broken nose suffered in round 1 to come back with a vicious spinning back kick to the body to put away the former newcomer Alberto Uda.
He's putting some pressure on him, now returning the favor with that knee. Oh, he may have hurt him. Oh, Uda's in real trouble. Beautiful. Jay Collier.
Collier wasted no time pressing the action in round 2 as he came after Uda right away, except instead of targeting the head, he was looking for shots to the body. Collier backed up Uda during one exchange that appeared to hurt the UFC rookie, and that's when the American unleashed a spinning back kick that landed flush in his opponent's ribcage. Uda fell to the canvas, and a second later the referee swooped in for the stoppage victory. Collier got a second win inside the octagon while also adding a serious highlight to best moments of his UFC career. Number 3, David Loiseau. One of the greatest examples of the effects of spinning back kicks to the liver seen is in the fight between David Loiseau and Charles McCarthy. Loiseau was one of the best strikers in the UFC during its early days, and he proved that in this fight by landing a perfect spinning back kick right to the ribs of McCarthy.
Taking a few shots from the crow, David
big one to the body. Oh, he's
got him good.
Spinning back kick to the body.
And down he
McCarthy is
goes.
hurt.
And it is all over. It is all over.
John McCarthy
David
rescues him.
Loiseau with another victory.
This was McCarthy's first fight in the UFC, suffice to say that he didn't stick around for much longer. Interestingly, spinning Taekwondo-style kicks were considered to be ineffective by many MMA experts and trainers at the time, not after this fight though. Number 2, Kung Lee. Lee is most known for his spinning strikes, in particular the spinning back kick. While very unorthodox and risky, the move had made Lee's career up to that point. One of his well-known kicks landed heel into the liver area of Scott Smith, and with the force in which the kick was propelled, Smith dropped to the canvas in pain, clutching the injured area. This had been Kung Lee's bread and butter thus far in his career inside mixed martial arts.
Spinning kick.
And to knock him out.
Number 1, Dennis Siver. Obviously, a lot of people know of Dennis Siver because of his spinning back kicks, since he's damaged a lot of opponents with them. So it would be a moral sin to not have him on this list. Having destroyed 3 of his opponents with these spinning back kicks, Dennis was known for finishing Nate Moore and Paul Kelly with them. Siver landed a massive spinning back kick to Kelly's midsection, and Kelly crumpled to the mat.
Looked like Siver was trying to set something up. Yep, there it is. And he got him with his hurt. Dennis Siver spinning back kick. Looking to
The referee was telling him to get up, but Kelly was struggling to get up. The kick broke Kelly's ribs and he was out for 8 months. In his fight with Nate, the fight was looking to go to a decision when all of a sudden Siver threw a spinning back kick straight out of the Sakuraba school. An injured Moore was unable to continue, and Siver won knockout of the night again. That right there concludes this list. Let us know how he did in the comments below.
Alright MMA fans,
Punches can look pretty cool, but they can also fail big time if you don't set them up correctly. That's why when you see it happen with success, then it's completely satisfying to watch. Though fighters such as GSP were really fond of the striking method, it really wasn't his finishing move, but there is no argument that it did a lot of damage to his opponents. Many mixed martial art diehards hate the Superman punch, mostly because it's used in movies, pro wrestling, and looks like the best way to finish an opponent. In reality, it is one of those punches that when it lands, it's amazing, but it's really not a move that one can depend on inside the octagon. Though it is really hard to knock someone out from a Superman punch, there is no doubt that it could instantly turn off someone's lights right on impact. For this video, we have comprised a list of moments where fighters use the Superman punch in order to knock their opponents out cold. So without further ado, this is the deadliest Superman punch knockouts of all time. Number 11, Kalen Hill. We have all seen flying knees, but have you ever seen a flying knee followed up by a Superman punch? Probably not. And if so, probably didn't do much.
Has dynamite in those fists and in his feet. He called it! Kalen Hill, true to his word!
Middleweights Adam Fugit and Kalen Hill threw down for LFA 51 on September 28th in an intense battle. In 2018, Hill ultimately soared into the air for a flying knee to his opponent's midsection before transitioning mid-air to a Superman punch. The impressive performance actually knocked out Fugit, bringing an end to the matchup. Number 10, Matt Dwyer. During UFC Fight Night 61, something super happened. Matt Dwyer delivered a staggeringly powerful Superman punch to William Padalino that knocked him right out.
Of Dwyer's lead leg.
Oh, Superman dropped him. He's out.
Patolino face first to the canvas. Matt Dwyer.
What didn't help Padalino was that after the punch, he just sort of stumbled around the arena in an obviously dazed sort of way, which anyone would do after that Superman blow. But Dwyer's punch was obviously something right out of a Superman myth. His punch was delivered perfectly and was absolutely impressive, and it happened in the first round, giving him a short night's work. Number 9. Russell Brewer. It was just Russell Brewer's first bout in his professional MMA career. His first impression on MMA fans was a Superman punch and knee combo to knock out his opponent in 5 seconds. The knockout occurred for 24/7 entertainment professional cage fighting in Midland, Texas. These fights occurred about 10 years ago. Number 8. James Irvin. When strikers James Irvin and Houston Alexander were matched together at UFC Fight Night 13 in April 2008, a finish seemed almost guaranteed.
Alexander quickly.
In the end, it was Irvin, nicknamed the Sandman, who came out on top. The two men met in the center of the cage and Irvin nailed Alexander with a spectacular Superman punch that dropped him and followed him with a couple more that left the assassin stiff on the ground. Alexander did recover quickly, claiming he hadn't been knocked out at all in a post-fight interview, but there was no doubt that the referee had made the right call, handing Irvin a super fast 8-second knockout. Number 7. Mandel Nalo. Mandel Nalo's first round knockout win at Bellator 255 last Friday may be worthy of a highlight reel.
Nalo is putting on a...
Oh, wow, the right hand drops and stops. Ricardo Seixas.
Take a look at this. Little Superman punch drops.
But the 31-year-old Canadian who trains at TriStar Gym in Montreal under the tutelage of longtime George St. Pierre coach Firas Zahabi said his Superman punch in reality wasn't anything of the sort. But the fighter, affectionately known as Rat Garbage, said the punch was really just bad technique on his part and it happened to look good.
I'm not a big Superman punch fan, so I'm glad it looked cool though, or maybe it didn't, I don't know. It definitely looked cool.
Number 6. Travis Brown. Now on to one of the more iconic Superman punches to ever be seen in the octagon. The fact that Travis was even able to land this when fighting a skyscraper of a person is mind-boggling in itself.
In order to hit his chin, I threw the Superman punch, and it landed.
Goodness! It's all over! Travis Brown with the Superman punch!
Number 5. Gabriel Gonzaga. Talk about an interesting UFC debut. For a fight that ended with the dramatic Superman punch knockout by Gabriel Gonzaga, it was a rough journey getting there.
The first time I ever saw this was Josh Thompson versus Rob McCall in the WFA.
For nearly 3 full rounds, Gonzaga and Kevin Jordan did absolutely nothing. The crowd booed, referee Herb Dean called for action, even Joe Rogan practically sighed into the microphone. Then with about 30 seconds left in a fight that felt like it had been lasting for 2 weeks, Gonzaga ended it with a single punch. Number 4. Hisaki Kato. In his US debut, the Japanese fighter landed a lethal Superman punch on Joe Schilling, a known knockout artist, at Bellator 139 on Friday back in 2015.
He said, I'm a small glove fighter.
Kickboxer Joe Schilling promised Hisaki Kato that he was going to get an American ass whooping at Bellator 139 in Kansas. Instead, Japan's Kato delivered an ass whooping on the American. Schilling was completely knocked out cold by a heavy Superman punch that had his head dribbling on the canvas like a basketball. Number 3. Reynaldo Trujillo. Lightweight Ray Trujillo needed just a single punch to defeat Munir Adriano in 24 seconds.
Armbar triangle chokes, much harder to pull out of.
Trujillo tries to
Trujillo landed a perfectly timed and placed Superman punch to the jaw of Adriano, which immediately put his lights out. Number 2. Nick Laney. For this one, we will take a look at an incredible Superman punch off the cage from American Nick Laney while competing in an Irish promotion, Battlezone, back in 2013. Laney took up a brief residence in Cork's MMA Clinic gym, and while there, he competed a couple of times on the local scene, and this highlight reel KO is a result of one of those appearances. Which is why, despite this fight showing Nick Laney landing the perfect Superman punch off the cage on Sebastian Kozak, this by far was one of the more creative Superman punches ever seen. Think like Jose Aldo's, but this one knocked the opponent out. No hate to Aldo at all. Number 1. Anthony Pettis. One of the more creative strikers ever seen, Anthony Pettis has proven himself as one of the more entertaining fighters overall in MMA. The Superman Punch, the Showtime Punch, the Showtime Superman Hook, whatever completely bonkers title you want to give it, what we witnessed in the UFC Nashville headliner was something that will play on the highlight reels for eternity.
Wonder Boy looking clean, but a big right hand, and Wonder Boy's out. Anthony Showtime Pettis.
Thompson was actually really starting to find his range and offset Pettis' rhythm as the second round